Hi, my name is Giovanni Martinez. I'm here with my mom, Phellyn. The day is December 9th, 2024, and we are recording this interview in Chicago, Illinois. The first question I would like to ask you is, what were your siblings like?
My siblings were very rough on me growing up. So I was the youngest of 4. I grew up with 3 older brothers. So basically I couldn't do a whole lot of nothing. They were very protective. And they were very rough on me.
Mm-hmm. What was I like as a kid/young child?
You were very energetic. You were always beating like your goals in life. Like, for instance, like you walked at 8 months old. You were just very advanced for your age.
What were the hardest moments you had when I was growing up?
The hardest moments were probably any time that you've hurt yourself, which you've done that quite a few times. You have been to the hospital quite a few times for different incidents, such as the cut on your chin. You fell at school, got 7 stitches. You busted your 2 front teeth. They had to rush you to the dentist. When you were very young, you got a cut in your eye, and I had to rush you to the hospital. So I think those are the hardest things as a mom, is just seeing your children in pain or hurt.
How do you think we are alike and different from each other?
Okay, so how we are alike, we both like nice things in life. So, nice pairs of shoes, and we like nice clothing, and we like brand names of stuff. So I think that's how we are alike. How we're different, I think I'm more reserved and quiet, whereas you can be very loud and vocal.
What were your best moments of your childhood? One of your best moments and worst.
Okay, so one of my best moments of childhood, it was just to be able to go outside in the early morning and not have to be home until the street lights came on, and we just got to roam the streets. Things were a lot different back then, and you could just be outside all day basically. And what was the second question?
What was the worst memory?
The worst memory of being a kid?
In your childhood, anything?
In my childhood, I guess right now, I guess it would, like, if I have to look back at it, like not having a cell phone.
Okay.
So everything we had to do was with landlines, and not able to socialize with my friends. If they weren't home and you couldn't call them on their landline, you had to basically be outside looking for them in the streets.
What advice would you give me about raising my own kids?
You have to have patience. You have to have a big heart and know that, they'll listen to you sometimes, but not all the time. That they will need wings to fly and not to hover around like your mother does to you most of the time.
How did you meet Dad?
I was working at Jewel Osco, And I was a checker at the time, and he came through a different line, and he was being checked out by a different checker, and we just eyeballed each other and just kept staring at each other. And he left the store, and maybe about a half an hour, 45 minutes later, he came back through my line, and I was so nervous. And the bagger at the time asked your dad if he wanted my phone number, and your dad said yes, and that's how we met.
How did you choose my name?
All right, so my firstborn son is named Jaden Martinez, and I really wanted Giovanni Romeo Martinez for my first son. And I guess I heard it when I was a kid, and I just stuck with it, and I always told myself that I was going to name my son Giovanni Romeo. And when I had my first kid, I didn't. And then when I got pregnant again and it was a boy, I got the opportunity to name you Giovanni.
Did you get to any trouble? What was the worst thing you did?
Did I get in any trouble? No, I wasn't a troublemaker because I had a brother who was a troublemaker. So I don't think I did that much things. I think the one thing I could think of was in 8th grade we got into a food fight at school, and we all got in trouble for it.
Did you have a nickname? How did you get it?
So I do have a nickname. They call me Faye. It's a very small group, and my best friend Cynthia just one day called me Faye instead of Phellyn because Phellyn was kind of a hard name to pronounce, and that's my nickname.
All right. Thank you for your kindness and talking with me, and I love you, Mom. I appreciate you.
I love you more, son. Thank you.
No problem.